Hello and welcome into the Erie Tiger Network. You are looking at Everly Montgomery Field here for this matchup between the 3 and 4 Erie Tigers and the 3 and 4 Silver Creek Raptors. It's the second league game of the year, as the teams have not quite taken the field yet. We're close to about 13 minutes from the start time here, but Brandon Bird here joining me is my partner tonight. It's Dylan Richardson and D. Rich. We'll have your picks and much more, but just kind of your initial thoughts on tonight's game.
As always, pleasure to be with you, Bird. I think tonight is it's a must-win game for the Tigers, as really are all the games remaining in the season if they want to get in the playoffs. But hopefully they can get the job done here on a Thursday night. Definitely a little odd, but regardless, big stage, lots of people watching, and hopefully they can get a win.
Well, our very own Grant Hakimi, who also plays for this Erie football team, came up with his keys to the game here tonight versus Silver Creek. Says Erie needs to continue to get off to fast starts. I couldn't agree more. Last week they did that. In fact, running clock before the 6-minute mark in the second quarter. Even in last year, I don't remember that fast. So that was pretty incredible. Be stout on defense and stop the run and protect Blake are the 3 Erie keys for Silver Creek. Take Blake away and Blake's number 1 receiver in Caden Lettuce. Get the run game going and take the lead early and control the clock. I think pretty good keys there from Grant. Any thoughts on those?
Yeah, I think last game I watched from the press box was Erie versus Broomfield, and a big reason why Erie wasn't able to come up with a win that game is they couldn't control the clock, and if Silver Creek is able to do that, they could potentially get an upset here tonight.
Well, we are broadcasting live here from the Gen Realty broadcast booth. Be sure to check out Gen Realty online at genrealty.com. It's now time for our little pregame segment we like to call D-Rich Picks.
Hello, I'm Dylan Richardson, and welcome to episode 5 of D-Rich Picks. Last week, I went a perfect 6-0, but this week, I have 6 more games to pick. Let's jump into it. The first game on the slate is 4A number 1 Palmer Ridge versus Air Academy. Palmer Ridge kept it rolling last week with a win over Pueblo West. Air Academy comes into this game hoping to put up a fight against one of the best teams in the state, but unfortunately for them, Palmer Ridge is going to keep the train rolling this week. Game 2 is 4A number 2 Broomfield versus Adams City. This is another game that the Chassis schedules didn't think through because Adams City is just not a good team. Broomfield will continue to feast on the basement of 4A. The third game is 4A number 3 Loveland versus Skyline. Loveland continued their winning streak with a shutout against Grand Junction Central, while Skyline dropped their matchup against Windsor. As we know, Windsor is not that great of a team, and that just adds to the list of things that Loveland has over Skyline. Game 4 is 4A number 4 Montrose versus Coronado. Montrose dominated Falcon last week, and they look to continue their winning streak this week. Coronado is down incredibly bad without a win this season, and their winless streak is going to continue this week. Our final 4A game is number 5 Denver South versus Vista Peak. Denver South won on a forfeit over Gateway last week, and this game is a league game where the result might be the same. And finally, the Colorado game of the week between 5A number 2 Valor Christian and 5A number 9 Rock Canyon. Valor Christian has gotten their season back on track after losing week 1 to Regis Jesuit. Their in-state winning streak includes wins over 5A number 3 Ralston Valley and 5A number 8 Pine Creek. Rock Canyon has also had a good season, but their schedule has been pretty easy, with Valor being their first game against a ranked opponent. Because of the difference in schedule, the winner of Colorado's game of the week is going to be Valor Christian. And that was my 6 games. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. But in the meantime, enjoy Erie versus Silver Creek, and I'll catch you next week.
All right, thank you, D-Rich, for those picks. Any last-second thoughts on some other picks, maybe, or any second thoughts on picks you made today?
I don't know. I think this week was pretty easy for the top 5 in 4A. All had some pretty easy games. I would like to point out that Broomfield has a pretty easy game tonight. And I wanted to point out my little basement of 4A point.
Yeah.
Other than that, no, not much. I think Valor Christian Rock Canyon could prove to be a pretty good game, but definitely nothing as good as the first week I did it.
All right, we have a short segment here. Preston Terranova, he plays on the Erie football team. He's also a member of the Erie Tiger Network, and he has a new segment called, well, he's a cornerback, so naturally it's called Preston's Corner. So enjoy.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Terrence's Corner. Today I'm here with
Josh Lamont.
Ronan Ward. Thank you guys for joining us. So big game tonight. Chance to get back to 4-4, 500. Both of you guys on the starting wide receiver core. What are you looking forward to most tonight?
I'm looking to get after it with the boys, and I think we're going to get a win tonight.
Looking forward to just having fun, honestly.
Obviously the start of the season didn't start the way we wanted it to. What do you guys think is the turnaround and what can get us going again to pick off kind of where we left off last year?
Getting our confidence back, getting our swagger back.
Like Swag Surfing by Lil Wayne?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Getting momentum and just like running with our momentum into the playoffs.
Okay. And for the question of the day, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes. I have to agree with Josh, yeah.
Why?
There's two. Oh my God! Wow.
There's two pieces of bread that yes there is.
It's one piece of
It's
bread.
like a loaf.
Bird, do you think a hot dog is a sandwich? Will, do you think a hot dog is a sandwich? All right, guys, come back next week to find out the answer. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
All right, well, that was our little lighthearted segment called Preston's Corner. Or I think he called it Terrence's Corner. That is his nickname oftentimes in the ETN class, so we'll have to make sure that we get that right. Well, while we have a moment, we are going to take a timeout here. We come back, we'll get you all set up here for kickoff on the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
You know that feeling you get when your life is about to change? It's terrifying, sure, but isn't it exciting? You may not know with certainty what lies ahead, but that's what makes life, well, life. And even when the scene in the rear view is hard to leave behind, take a deep breath, hold on tight, and remember, there's no better way to move than forward.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. We still have a few minutes before kickoff, about 4 minutes or so. We're still rolling on with our pregame show here. We have another segment. It was also Preston that did it. This was about a week or so ago. And it was a senior spotlight on senior Trey Kana.
Erie High School is filled with some of the best student athletes in the state of Colorado. Senior running back for the Tigers, number 16, Trey Kana, is the perfect example of that. Whether it's as a classmate or a teammate, Trey is always someone that everyone enjoys to be around. He will most definitely leave a legacy here at Erie High School.
Like going to Erie, it's a pretty great community. I mean, I've met a lot of great friends throughout this process of coming to high school. The sports teams and all the academics are just amazing for me personally. I mean, football has brought a whole new life to kind of my perspective on high school, and I'm just really loving like the senior year. It's the leadership on the senior team or on the football team is just great. What I plan on doing after college is either going to U of A or CU and studying business, and then trying to get my minor in sports physiology.
Being a captain on the football team means Trey has a large role of leadership and responsibility both on and off the field. Trey hopes to help power the Tigers into the playoffs and make a run at a state title this year, all while keeping his academic excellence that he displays at school going every single day. If anyone believes in him most, it's his classmates and teammates. From the Erie Tiger Network, I'm Preston Terranova, and thank you for watching.
All right, so you heard the national anthem there. You got to see the senior spotlight. By the way, that national anthem brought to you by Gilmore Voice Studio. And, well, it is a beautiful night for some football, Dylan. It's definitely fall, but I tell you what, what's better than football in the fall on a night like tonight?
Football in the fall on a Friday night, I think, is a little bit better than this. But can't wait to see a fun game. Hopefully going to be high scoring. And hopefully the Tigers pick up a win tonight.
Well, the Tigers and the Raptors are meeting out at midfield to go over the coin toss. And by the way, I never finished my read. The national anthem was brought to you by Gilmore Voice Studio. Dr. Julian Gilmore provides private voice lessons to children ages 11 and up and adults in her home studio in Erie. During lessons, students focus on stage presence, text analysis, and healthy vocal production. Dr. Gilmore has 20 years of teaching experience as a private teacher and performance coach. Visit GilmoreVoiceStudio.com for more information. And so that was the national anthem. Just want to make sure that we did get that read properly in there. Some of the players to watch out for tonight for Silver Creek. Their starting quarterback, he's put the ball in the air 164 times. It's Eli Myers. He will handle most of the throwing duties here tonight. And then you look, and he's the second leading rusher on this team. The one carrying the load is going to be Cole Rogers. He has 111 carries for 571 yards in 6 games played this season for the Raptors. In terms of receptions, you have Luke Ritters. I remember that name from last year. Very talented kid, a senior. A junior with 21 receptions so far is Isaac Fisk. And then you have a couple more. Birch Nield? I think that's how you say it.
That's how I'd say that.
And I think Cole Rogers coming in fourth in terms of receptions, and one more with double-digit receptions on the year. Minky, 11 receptions, 108 yards, a couple touchdowns. By the way, Neild has 8 touchdowns, so clearly a red zone threat for this team, and he leads the team in average yards per reception. So that's kind of how the roster stacks up for Silver Creek. Tigers looks like they will receive the football here. By the way, we have a scoreboard, very primitive tonight. We will try and update you and remember to say the down and distance and the time left. But there you go. It is 0-0 in the first quarter because we haven't kicked off yet, Dylan.
Nope.
All right. Should be a good one here tonight. Tigers looking to continue last week's dominance. Can they bring that over into this week's game? A district matchup as this one is in the air and off, and we are underway as Kana will muff the ball into the end zone, and the Tigers will start at the 20.
Well, Tigers got to look to get something going early after I'm assuming losing the toss. Maybe they decided to get it, but looks like Barnett's going to come out there and hopefully get some work in.
And actually, Barnett is not out there right now.
He's out in the slot on the far side.
Yeah,
up as
Barnett
a
is a wideout right now, and in the backfield is Evan Rearick. So Evan will send Ronan in motion. He'll hand it off, and there's a double reverse, but there's already flags wide open as Lettuce. What a beautiful play, and it's going to be all for naught, folks, as that one will go the distance. And, man, some Tigers are pumped up. They don't realize that there was, I think, an illegal shift, and that negated. How about that? That was a
nice play. Yeah, I saw that coming out. Blake started moving over, and I was like, are they gonna run the old flea flicker type play? And that worked like a beauty. Just unlucky penalty.
Well, now that Evan is healthy, gives you a few more options in terms of some gadget plays, and obviously with Blake's athleticism, you can kind of move him anywhere, and that's certainly going to make some defensive coordinators in this state panic.
Yeah, hopefully they can get something going in that sense come playoff time and for the next few games and get some scores off of it.
So Barnett will check the play at the line. 2 by 2 are the wideouts. Takes the snap, runs read option. He's going to keep it himself, breaks a tackle, grinds for a couple more yards. He was dragged to the turf. A gain there of about 6 for Blake, 7, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
A little bit of a healthy placement there. Good first play from Blake from the shotgun. Definitely could have held on to the read option a little bit longer, but still got 7 yards out of it.
Now Barnett with trips to the wide side of the field. 2nd and 8. Takes a snap, looks, quick curl route, Lettuce catches, trying to put a hand in a face, gets up the sideline. I think if he didn't get the first down, he got awfully close. The far sideline official going to mark him out of the 31, and then there will give him the first. So nice little pitch and catch there from Blake to Caden.
Yep, and a strong stiff arm from Caden Lettuce to push the defender back and get those extra yardage after catch.
Blake scans the field here. He'll check the play at the line. Trips on the tight side here. 1st and 10. Blake looks. He's going to load up the deep ball. And, the receiver, Lettuce, lost it in the lights. I think that would have been on the money.
Yeah, that was a great pass. I think he lost it in the lights as well. That light is right there. And that was a beautiful pass from Blake. And Blake with his palms up, confused on why Lettuce stopped running there.
Yeah, Lettuce stopped running. I think he thought that ball wasn't coming. But that would have been, I think, right on the money. 10:57, 2nd and 10. Little pass to Ronan. He's up the sideline. 40, 50, midfield. He's into the open field, and he is gone. And there's the athleticism of Ronan Ward.
Yep. Just too fast. Got past the first defender, and after that, nobody was catching up to him. And that's a great start for the Tigers.
69 yards to the house for Ronan, and man, that was a beauty. It was one of those plays where you run like crazy after the catch. You make one man miss, and that's all you needed to do with that kind of speed. And so the extra point is up, and it is good. And so the Tigers, with a little Ronan Ward off to the races here, and they lead it, and we'll update our graphic. That's got to be manual tonight. A little bit of a, it's kind of one of those nights here on the ETN, but we're making it happen. Just a pared down, simpler version tonight when we're on the road. We try not to get too overcomplicated, but Tigers lead it 7-0 here early in this one. Couple big plays, one negated by a penalty, and then Ronan Ward just making up for what was maybe a couple missed opportunities from the Tigers.
Yep, and hopefully that's a sign of what's to come tonight for the Tigers. 2 touchdown plays, one of them not giving them 6 points, but now the defense has to come up with a stop and keep the momentum rolling.
And you can see why this Erie staff loves Ronan. Really thinks he does a lot of things similar to Blake and what he can do. And you saw Preston before the game talking with Ronan, and I asked Ronan about kind of just his QB aspirations, and I think he is excited that he's on the field and getting to play right now, even though he certainly wants to be a quarterback down the road. As there's a kickoff taken from the goal line, Tigers get down there quickly, and they snuff that one out just across the 10. So good defensive play there for Erie.
Yep, good special teams coverage on the first coverage game of the night. And now the Tigers defense comes on after a real good game last week against Monarch, and they hope to keep doing what they've been doing so far.
So Silver Creek will come out for their first offensive set of the night. In the shotgun here is Myers. Takes the snap, rolling to his right, fires the corner route and just off the fingertips of his intended target.
Yeah, and a good pass there is a first down. Garcia definitely got beat to the outside, and just past the outreached hands of the Raptors receiver.
Now Silver Creek will come out here in the pistol. Trio of receivers. 2nd and 10 here. First quarter, 10:32 remaining, and now they finally get their 11th player on the field. Handoff near side, and that was bottled up pretty well there for the Tigers.
So now the Tigers have a 3rd down early in the game, where if they make this stop, they're going to get good field position after the good kickoff coverage, and now they got to figure out some and come over with a stop here on 3rd down.
So here we go, 3rd and maybe a short 7 here for the Raptors. Myers in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fires the out and overthrew his intended target. Was trying to hook up with Luke Ritters out in the flat, and that will be a 3 and out. So the Tigers, a dream start here. You get a touchdown on a big play, a 69-yard pitch and catch, and now you force a 3 and out. And Well, we have talked about how difficult the Tiger schedule is. It just seems like we haven't seen the real Tigers all season. And last week you saw some lightning and thunder, and this week early fireworks for the Tigers.
Yep. I was looking through the Max Preps rankings, or the Chassa rankings seating index today, and I noticed that the Tigers have the hardest rated schedule in 4A, and that was just in the first 6 weeks or so. And now they have to come back from being 2-4 after their first 6 and scrape into the playoffs by winning their league, hopefully. And a win tonight will definitely put them on the road to doing that. All they would have to do is beat Longmont next week, and they would be able to win the league.
Yeah, they certainly are still on track. We've said it a few times. Every one of their offseason goals is still before them. So Barnett in the shotgun here, 9:39 in the first quarter. He's going to face some pressure, and he'll get stacked up and a sack there. Wanted to fire the ball, and then just kind of a missed block there, and Blake was swallowed up.
Yep, good play there by Patrick Fay to get into the interior, get by the left guard for Erie to get pressure on Blake, and get that sack on first down. Now second and long. Sorry.
Yeah, 2nd and 17 here for Erie. They got to get all the way to the 42. Ball spotted at the 25. Barnett claps his hands, takes a snap, runs read option. He's going to keep it himself up the middle. Makes a man miss in the middle of the field. He's across the 40. He's got open field ahead of him. Across the other 40, down the sideline, and he'll corral out of bounds, or trot out of bounds rather, at the 27 in Silver Creek territory.
And that was a great play from Blake. He held onto that read option for ages and made a man miss in the backfield, and after that it was just his agility. Took a long route to get to the other sideline, and that's a big play after getting sacked on first down.
And we were going to show you, let's see, let's go back to now. The replay was kind of processing too long. A little bubble screen to Kogel, and a flag on the field, and it is going to be a procedural call on Erie. So this will back Erie up a tad. Okay, let's see if we can watch that last event. Just see Blake on the keeper. And man, it was that move. And he was just, thought it might be off to the races, but had to cover a lot of ground sideline to sideline for sure. All right, back to 1st and 15 now. 2 wideouts up top. One here to the near side, that's Lettuce. Barnett's going to fire to Lettuce real quick. Lettuce catches, cuts to the inside, makes a man miss, stiff arms another defender, and is finally dragged down. The defender held on for dear life, but a pickup there of about 18 between Barnett and Lettuce, and another first down.
And that was a great play call. The corner on the near side was playing deep, so they just went for the little curl route, and Caden made everything happen after that.
So 1st and 10, 8:21 remaining here in the first quarter. Barnett with Kana. He's got trips to the far side. Lettuce down here trying to get Silver Creek to jump a little bit. Gets the snap, looks. Here comes the pressure. Oh, it's a little release valve out to Kana. Makes a man miss, and he will score. Trey Kana plunges into the end zone from 14 out, and the Tigers lead it by a pair of scores.
And that was another good read by Blake. I don't know if he changed the call when he saw the blitz, but that little flat route, he just had one man to beat to the end zone, and Trey Kano was able to do that. And now Tigers lead by 2 scores with 8 minutes left in the first.
Now, Ronan. Looks like they might go for 2. Nope, now he'll call everyone back into formation. Anytime they send Harder out in motion, I always think that they might actually go for it. Didn't get the look that they desired, or at least checking on a look for maybe later. The snap Hold is good. And so it's 14-0 Tigers with 8 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. We'll take a quick timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School? Well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. It's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast of the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Dylan Richardson here with you. And what a start it has been for the Erie Tigers so far tonight, as 2 times they've possessed the ball and they have scored both of those times. So pretty much all you can ask for. Here's the kickoff, and that one will be taken at the 2. Tigers, good coverage last time and good coverage again as that barely gets to the 15.
Yeah.
And tell you what, that's what you want.
Yep, that is 2 good special teams plays in a row for the Tigers. After definitely early in the season, they were struggling on special teams, gave up some big kickoff returns, but and there is an injured Silver Creek Raptor on the field.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at that last touchdown play. You see the blitz there, the little floater off, and just a nice little move there by Kana to eventually punch it into the end zone. Well, while we have a second here, Tiger fans, don't forget to follow us on social media. You can like the Erie Tiger Media Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, follow us on TikTok. We do have that up. We haven't posted anything. It'll happen. I feel like I've been teasing this for 18 months, but we actually have the TikTok. It's now just about posting some content. We'll post some highlights and YouTube shorts and all kinds of good stuff. In fact, we have a kid dedicated to just that job for the next couple weeks, and so that should be fun.
Also, there is a Spotify podcast.
That's right.
It was on the Instagram story today, I do believe. Done by Keegan McKenzie, Hudson Willard. I know they interviewed
Hayden Jackson.
They did interview Hayden Jackson.
Evan Rearick.
Yep. Hopefully some more episodes. Hearing something about cross country coming soon. That'd be nice. Cross country runner myself, of course.
All right, so looks like the Silver Creek player was able to walk off under his own power, and Silver Creek will start with the ball for the second time. And I don't know that it made Preston's corner, but one of the interesting things is that he mentioned to them that the team is buzzing again, and that's good to hear. And that's why, I mean, just plays like that, a little loss in the backfield. I think that was actually right on cue. Preston Terranova making the tackle. And he said, these guys are buzzing. And I think you stack last week together with already this start this week, and suddenly you feel like, hey, we are a good team. We kind of forgot that for a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely think it's big that the way the schedule play out is they had these 4 league games in a relatively easy league to end the season to definitely get some confidence back after the hard start to the season.
2nd and 11, it was a little read option, and that went nowhere as that was swallowed up into the backfield. I think that was Jackson Kogel back there along with Joey Watts, the homecoming king, making a play back there for the Tigers.
Yep, and now Tigers, with Blake out at safety, need to come up with a stop here on 3rd and long.
So Myres in the shotgun, 5 wide here in the pattern. Tigers defense a little bit confused here. Myers is going to roll to the near side. He's looking. Oh, Hall actually interfered. It wasn't so much that he was trying to hit the receiver. He read the play beautifully and broke on the ball, but just ran into the back of the receiver.
Yep, that's one that you're not going to get away with on 3rd and long. And now it looks like it's going to be a first down for Silver Creek. And unfortunate for Derek Hall there on that play.
Yeah, Hall. He broke so hard on that. I actually thought that was Blake breaking on the ball. And so 15-yard penalty would have been a 3 and out. And, that's the difference, I think, between that. A coach can live with that penalty. That penalty is from playing hard and fast. It wasn't a mental mistake. And so I think a coach can live with that. 1st and 10 now for the Raptors. 6:26 left to go in the first. They'll throw the bubble screen out to the far side. Good tackle in open space there. No gain on the play for the Raptors.
Yeah, and Oliver Smiley got in there, almost deflected that ball away, but good stop there on the outside to keep the Raptors to no gain after the Raptors picked up their first down of the game.
So 2nd and, I believe, 10 here for the Raptors. Myers in the shotgun. They'll motion a man here to the near side. That's Ritters. Myers looking, fires to Cole out of the backfield, and he will catch and churn it out toward the sideline. A pickup there of about 7.
Yeah, and that was a good route that just cut through the zone, and good speed to get some extra yards after the catch.
So that's Cole Rogers. I said Cole as if I knew him on a first-name basis or something. Cole Rogers, last name Rogers. So that'll bring up 3rd and 3 here. 5:35 left to go here in the first quarter. Myers will check the play. Pink out night here for Silver Creek. A lot of them wearing the pink socks. Handoff to Rogers. And I think coming up was actually that was Carson Hageman from the outside linebacker spot. Got first touch and kind of slowed that play up for the rest of the Cavalry to arrive. And really a gain of nothing. And that'll be another punt situation here for the Raptors.
Yep, and a good play by Carson Hageman to get through, read the run early, and slow down so his teammates can come and make the tackle with him.
So punt formation here. The deep man is Blake Barnett. We saw an electric punt return last week from Blake. Well, we see another one here tonight. Rugby style. End over end looping punt. Blake wants to catch it off the bounce. He does. Makes a man miss. Shoots up the sideline and gets hit out of bounds. And man, Blake just looked like he was just shot out of a cannon there once he got the ball.
Got a good bounce off the ground and definitely channeled some of that inner old baseball days to pick up that ground ball on the run and move on the outside with those nimble feet to get some extra yards on that return.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Silver Creek 44. 4:38 remaining in the first quarter. Tigers offense has been explosive so far tonight. Barnett will scan the defense, claps his hands, gives it to Lusk, who will plow his way forward for a gain of 4 up to the 40.
Yep, that was one of the first true runs that the Tigers have called so far tonight. And seems to be working. Good 4 yards on the first play of the drive.
So 2nd and 6 to go. And there's another ball on the field.
I'd like to point out right now, you can't see it on camera, but over on the far sideline, it looks like Coach Geiger has the entire Tigers defense in a huddle right now.
Good observation. Yeah, I see that. Barnett takes the low snap, pressure, fires the out route to Cave Meredith, who catches it across the 20 and gets slammed to the turf down to the 16. Good patience by Blake. Nice ball on the money. And just, I know maybe the competition's a little bit different, but Blake looks more poised in the pocket, and he's just delivering the ball on time the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I think he's definitely realized that he has a chance to get his game back, be more confident. And that was a good play to feel the blindside pressure on that one and throw a dart to the far side to Cave Meredith.
1st and 10 here for the Tigers. Ball at the 17. Barnett's going to roll the pocket to the left. Stops, fires the corner, and just maybe a titch late. It was a good defensive play coming over was Luke Ritters. They were trying to get Ronan his 2nd touchdown of the day.
Yeah, that was a good pass. That was a good play, but a better defensive play there by Ritters. And now the Tigers, 2nd and 10 now. Just got to keep it moving.
So 2nd and 10. Handoff on the delay to Kana. Weaving through the defense. Broke a tackle and then finally got knocked down about a yard shy. They need to get inside the 8. And they're going to mark it just to the outside of the 8. So 3rd and 1 here for the Tigers. 2:58 remaining here in the first quarter still.
Yeah, first quarter. It's been a long quarter.
Barnett. Check the play at the line here. Lusk in. Barnett, high snap. He keeps it himself, pirouettes. Now makes a man miss and stretches across the goal line for a touchdown. Blake Barnett in from 8 yards out. It was a unique little run there, but he found a way to not only get the first down, but punch it into the end zone.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a broken play. Blake got on the read option, turned around, and realized there was 2 Silver Creek defenders coming right at him, and quickly got on his feet, going the other way, and broke some tackles, dragged some into the end zone. It looks like Tigers are going for 2.
And I couldn't tell. I'll tell you what, we have a
They
weird
did get
angle,
it.
and they did. So Ronan able to get the 2-point conversion. We of course, were looking from the press box, and we couldn't quite tell on our angle, but he did get in, and the Tigers' 2-point try is successful here. As, well, it has been a perfect start for Erie.
Yep. 2:32 remaining in the first quarter. It's been a long quarter, but the Tigers have scored on all of their drives so far and have forced punts on both of Silver Creek's drives so far.
There's another look at the touchdown run, the nice last little move and the power of Blake Barnett to drag that defender across the goal line for a touchdown. And, well, a 20 will fix that scoreboard. 22-0 lead here for the Tigers. And just back-to-back weeks where you get the ball, score, get a stop, score, get a stop, score. And in the blink of an eye, it's a 3-score lead.
Yep, definitely. Oh.
And a little kind of onside poocher, and Silver Creek will fall on it.
Sorry, I was going to say definitely a definitely different style of game than last time I was in the press box to call a game. Tigers have just been successful when they've called their plays so far. And looks like now over on the far sideline again, Geiger has some of the offense, I think, in a huddle. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, that whole offense huddling up. I actually think that's just the offensive staff coach, Skip Harrison, out there with him. As there's a handoff to the near side, and Tigers swarm to the ball, but a decent gain there on first down, a gain of about 6. 2:20 remaining. There's a stoppage on the field right now. A helmet popped off for the Tigers. That was Avery Larson. So he's got to get his lid back on. By the way, I see, well, that's Logan Quinn out there. Tell you what, 12 and 11 always give me, I just thought for a second that was Evan Rarick out there. I don't know what I'm saying, Dylan. Get my head on straight here. 2nd and 4 here for the Raptors. Low snap, turnaround pitch to the near side, cutting up the field over the numbers and across the yardage to gain for a first down up to the 45 go the Raptors, and that was Cole Rogers on the carry. And a first down for Silver Creek. Their second first down, their first first down gained without a penalty tonight.
Yep, definitely found a play that worked and got a first down out of it. Now they're hoping to maybe string a couple more together.
So 1st and 10 here for the Raptors. Little clap of the hands, little quick button route, and a pickup there of 4 yards on first down for Silver Creek. A little bit more efficiency from that Silver Creek offense. That was Bubba Fisk, who got banged up on the play and is now asking to come out. And Bubba Fisk is going to drop to a knee here so that the officials stop play and give Silver Creek a moment here to get Fisk off.
Yep. I was going to say something, and I totally forgot what I was going to say. That's the first time that's happened.
57 ticks of the clock left here in the first quarter.
I was going to say, I think this game so far, from what I've noticed, the Tigers they've been really well prepared. They've been recognizing plays out of the start. I know a lot of the plays have been quick to develop, but that's part of the reason why Silver Creek has only gotten 2 first downs in this game.
So 2nd and 6 for Silver Creek. Low snap, read option, handoff to Rogers up the middle, and he'll scoot it across midfield just under the Erie side of the field, and a pickup of 2, and that'll be 3rd and 4. 30 seconds left, so this should be the last play, potentially, of the first quarter here.
Looks like Silver Creek is content to let the clock run down to the second quarter, counting down to 10 seconds now. Maybe they're going to run one play right before time expires.
And time is up on the clock, and the refs finally see it. And I will end the quarter. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, the Tigers, they lead it here. 22-0.
Everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility, and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. 3rd and 4 for Silver Creek to start quarter number 2. 22-0 lead here for Erie. Myra's in the shotgun here. Hard count and a jump there by the left tackle. And so 3rd and 4, 3rd and manageable now becomes 3rd and 9. By the way, I know former offensive coordinator for the Erie Tigers, Ben Wuching, watching. Probably watching with a little bit of, love in his heart for both programs. He is a Silver Creek alum, coached at Silver Creek, came to Erie, and now at Florida International University. And timeout called by Erie. While we have a timeout, we're doing this new thing, Tiger fans. It's, well, do you want to give a loved athlete a shout of support? We're now offering a chance for you to send a message of support to your athlete and include a picture of them playing sports as a kid as a fundraiser for the Erie Tiger Network. It's $50 to show these things during our breaks for the whole year. Click on the link in the description for more information. And this week, we loaded up an example for you. So here's what that looks like.
Hi, this is the ETN family watching from the Journalism Lounge. We wanted to wish Nazem Uwalaka the best during his season. We are so proud of all the work that you have put in. Good luck, Nazem, and go Tigers.
Yeah! All right, there's an example in case you're wondering what that looks like. That would run during our ad breaks. Now, third down. They're trying to set up the screen. Rogers makes a juggling catch, and he will scoot across the line to gain down to the 40, about 1 or 2 yard line, and a well-designed play there, and a good juggling catch there by Cole Rogers.
That was a heck of a catch, clutched up to get Silver Creek the first down and moving them closer and closer to field goal range. I know this isn't the pros, can't kick a 60-yarder, but a few more yards and you have a chance.
Silver Creek again here, 1st and 10, fresh set of downs, their best possession of the night. Pitch here to the near side to Rogers. Rogers trying to cut it up the field, and Terranova held on around the ankle and drug him down, but a gain there of about 3 on the play.
So now Silver Creek needs, you're in 4-down territory here. You have 2 plays to get 7 yards, so you don't have to go for it all here on 2nd down.
In the pistol now, snap, give, and Tigers exploded into the backfield there and blew that one up. I think that might have been Keaton Strange that shot into the backfield to vanquish that play, and now it's 3rd and 9.
That was a great read off the pistol, and now Silver Creek has a long 3rd down, and likely, unless there is a large sack, 4th down is a possibility afterwards to go for as well.
Pistol formation here for Myers. 2 wide to each side of the field. 10:32 remaining here in the quarter. Now trips to the far side. They'll roll the pocket to that far side, looking, firing and overshooting. His intended target was Myers. He also took a lick there as he let go of the ball from Jace Onstad, and that'll bring up 4th and 9.
Yep, and now Silver Creek maybe looking like they're going to punt here. That was a huge hit from Jace Onstad, and looks like maybe Mirez is a little shaken up after that.
A little bit wobbly coming off the field, and I think that certainly impacts the decision to punt here, as Barnett will go back here for the Tigers, and he'll stand at his own 2. Tell you what, usually you don't want to take a punt inside the 5.
Yeah, definitely weird to see Blake with the gloves on.
End over end kick. Barnett's going to catch from about the 6. He's going to reverse field, change directions, breaks a tackle. There goes Blake across the 25, across the 30, makes another man miss. Now stops, spins, trying to avoid traffic, and will go down. And it's always fun when it's open field and the ball is in Blake Barnett's hands.
Yeah, it looks like he got a little bit of the turf monster there early at about the 17. I thought he was going to get taken down after that, but that is another electric punt return from Blake Barnett tonight. And looked like almost a little bit of a late hit there, but nonetheless, Tigers' great field position. even after Blake receiving that punt inside the 5.
Man, these punt returns kind of remind you a little bit of the magic that Mason Vivi had. Seems like he just went the distance every kick return. Now Barnett's going to load up the deep ball. 2 Tigers in the area. And what happened to the ball? I think it bounced into a Silver Creek defender's hand, but it just looked like it disappeared and got swallowed into the earth. Fell incomplete there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that was an odd play where Caden Lettuce and Ronan Ward were in the same area. Caden turned his back away from the ball, and I think he lost track of it a little bit, and it just fell right between them.
So 2nd and 10 here for the Tigers. Barnett takes the snap, looks, now scans the deep, or fires the deep in cut. And good defensive play there to knock it away from Lettuce, and that'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Yep, and that was a good play call. Just the defender there for Silver Creek, I do believe that was Luke Riders, got inside the route and broke that up, and now the Tigers have to convert here on 3rd and long.
Trips to the near side. You have Ronan Ward, Kave Meredith, and Josh Levine all on the near side. Barnett's going to be flushed from the pocket. Several spies, and Barnett tried to kind of twist his way out of it and got kind of just scrunched back to the turf. That's not going to feel very good, but only a 1-yard pickup. And the best offensive drive for Silver Creek didn't yield any points, but the best defensive series will get Erie off the field. Now, in saying that, here comes Evan Rurick lining up in the punt formation, and Blake Barnett's still on the field.
This and they have the line spread out. This is they're gonna maybe pooch punt it here. Looks like Rurick is lined up deep.
Barnett is out wide to the near side here. I'm a little surprised Silver Creek didn't call a timeout. They'll send Barnett in motion. And it will be the pooch punt. And you know what? That worked to perfection. Good pooch punt by Evan, and it's down at the 11-yard line. And that's actually why you do it. You get no returner because they have to be responsible for the defense, and just a crafty little special teams play from the Tigers.
Yeah, it definitely looked like they were going to direct snap it to Blake for a second there. And then once it went behind Blake, it was pretty obvious that it was going to be a pooch. But that is a good special teams call. Definitely a good thing to have in the book for later opportunities if they want to actually run the fake on that play.
Tigers will play on this field again next week against Longmont. That'll be on a Friday night. But 1st and 10 here for Silver Creek. 8:44 remaining in the quarter. Little dump off underneath. Ooh, that was a big collision there. And glad to see everyone popping up okay. Bubba Fisk took a shot coming across the middle, but another nice play there for Silver Creek and a 1st down.
Yeah, that's the 2nd time this game that he's definitely been shaken up. He's walking off a little bit. He's hobbling off a little bit. But it seems like Silver Creek has finally gotten their offense rolling, and the Tigers need to be careful. This game is not at all over. There's still a half plus half a quarter left, and it's only a 3-score game.
1st and 10 for the Tigers, or for the Raptors. Myers takes a snap, hands off to Rogers, and he tried to avoid the swarm of white jerseys and did kind of pick his way through at least a couple defenders, picked up 2 yards.
Yep, and it seems like the Tigers have been pretty good at recognizing the run early in plays, and they haven't really given up anything more than 5 yards yet on the run.
Myers now in the pistol. Trio of wideouts to the far side. Single coverage, Firebaugh in that coverage down here on the near side. They'll hand it off, though, up the middle. Rogers will lean forward, and then a late flag coming in. And I'm not sure what that's about. It's been a pretty clean game so far in terms of flags. And the official personal foul. And so they're saying unnecessary roughness on Carson Hageman. And so first down for the Raptors.
Yeah, I definitely didn't notice anything, but could have been blocked in our line of sight. Maybe Hageman got a little bit of a late hit in there, but now Silver Creek has a decent field position with first down now.
I went back and looked at the replay there for a second, and whatever happened was away from the ball. Oh, okay. He took a shot on Myers after he handed it off. Now Myers keeps a big fake. Hageman actually hit the runner again that didn't have the ball, and an incomplete pass.
Yeah, that's just a sign that he's locked in. I think from the games I've watched, he's been pretty active, and he's looked like he's one of the better defenders out there for the Tigers. And I mean, even if you're gonna hit the guy without the ball, it's still better than
assignment football. That's what it is.
Exactly, it's better than nothing.
2nd and 10 here for the Raptors. 7 minutes on the dot remaining here in this first half. A 3-score lead for the Tigers. They punted for their first time last possession. There's the low snap. Up the middle. And oh my goodness, another huge hit. And I think even Olmstead is a little bit shaken up with his shoulder. But man, Tigers have thumped on the defensive side of the ball tonight.
Yeah, I've noticed that's the second big hit that Olmstead has had on the quarterback, and there comes a time where that's going to start coming into effect later in the game if it keeps happening. And now Silver Creek has to convert on 3rd and 11.
So 3rd and long here for Silver Creek. Low snap. Firing the ball deep, has Rogers open, and oh, I'm surprised there wasn't a flag there, as that ball will fall incomplete. And I got to be honest with you, Tiger fans, I thought that should have been interference.
Yeah, I thought so too. Looked like defender number 23, Lucas Booth, got his hand in there, knocked the hand of the receiver down, and I thought for sure that was going to be 15 yards in the first down.
Well, here is the last play, and, well, we'll slow that down here. Let's go. As you see, coming into the frame, Booth, and he definitely got the arm before that ball came in. Tigers will take it, though. So punt is caught by Hall. Hall will squeak it up. Nice little return there by Hall. Found a little gap, got north and south, and got it over across the 40.
Yep, and that's the first time tonight that Tigers have run that little two receivers out there. First time Blake hasn't been out there on the punt return.
So 1st and 10 here for the Tigers, and they'll take over close to where they had to give up possession near midfield after that beautiful return by Barnett. .557 remaining in the quarter to start this drive. Still second quarter here. We start at 7:30, by the way. There was another game before this one. That's why you had the late start. There's a little swing pass out to Lusk up the sideline. Lusk still on his feet, breaks a tackle. Lusk, I don't think he's going to be caught, and he will score. Lusk, 56 yards on the pitch and catch for a touchdown, and the Tigers extend the lead.
And that is a huge play coming off of the big stop on 3rd and long. And now the Tigers up by 4 scores, 5:45 here. And just got to keep it rolling.
And it was just that was the second time tonight that it was just a little pitch, catch, and score. And you gotta love that when you're a quarterback. Just put it in a playmaker's hands and let them do the work. As that kick by Harner is up, And it is good, and the Tigers now lead it 29-0. As we take another look at that last one. And look at that fancy sideline work there by Lusk. And Dylan's going to fix our graphic. And the Tiger fans, this is what you wanted these last, at least the start to the last 4 games. Just a different genre of game and than we've experienced through the first half of the season. I think that's an understatement.
Yep, definitely feeling a lot more like the games we witnessed last season right now, with the Tigers jumping out to an early lead and hoping that they can hold on to that lead right now.
By the way, Longmont will play Monarch tomorrow night. Monarch beat the Silver Creek team 45-20. They lost to Windsor, a team that Erie has played and beat 27-6, and they lost to Broomfield 47-14. So that's the team that Erie will see next week. But Tigers 11 points away here from running clock again. 5:45 left to go here in the first half as Harner will boot this one toward the far sideline. Return coming toward the middle, and the end man Hageman made the initial contact on Rogers. He kind of broke through that, but Tigers, and certainly it's a different caliber of team, Dylan, but the kick return coverage has been much better the last few weeks, even I think against the Broomfields and just the teams that we've seen over the last 4 weeks than it was the first few weeks of the season.
Yep, it's a good sign that the best field position that Silver Creek has gotten off of a kickoff is the 22-yard line. And definitely leaps and bounds better than what we saw week 1 against Ponderosa and then week 3 against Montrose.
And a timeout coming from Silver Creek. We'll take a quick timeout. Tigers lead it big here in the first half on the Erie Tiger Network.
Kicking off the season celebrating 35 years of serving our local community. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a do-it-yourself project. At Budget Home Supply, we value a more personal relationship with our customers. Hey, Ernest. Hey, Vern. Whether you have a project in your kitchen or bathroom, a new outside deck, or just some general home improvements, indoors or out, come on down to Budget Home Supply.
Now welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. It's 1st and 10 for Silver Creek on this drive, and a little handoff to Rogers, and that will net 3 yards on the play.
I will say I think it just started to get a little bit colder. It's kind of the stadium insulates heat a little bit better. I've noticed that, and I think the cold has finally gotten in, and it's got to be nice out there working hard all night.
2nd and 8 here for the Raptors. 5:07 remaining here in the second quarter. Another handoff, decent-sized hole. Rogers going to be close to first down yardage. The near sideline official saying that's a first down. That was a early call on that.
Yeah, it definitely looks like the ball is where, I don't know, that's definitely weird. Maybe should have come out and spotted it, but regardless, first down Silver Creek.
So 1st and 10 for the Raptors, and pink out night. Little pass here to the near side, and man, the Tigers did well out there. In coverage was Kana. He shook the initial block, and kind of slowed the receiver down for the entire defense to pursue. And much better, this entire defense swarming to the ball.
Yeah, definitely seemed like the receiver hesitated a little bit before going upfield, and it gave time for Kana to come off the block and make the tackle.
Second and 10 here for the Raptors. There's the throw, and maybe a little miscommunication there. Two Raptors were in the same area, and neither were in the area that the ball was thrown to. So if I had to guess, someone ran a wrong route. At least that's what it looked like from up here.
Yeah, looked like Kogel, as Jackson Kogel, got some pressure in. First time I've really noticed him so far tonight.
3rd and 10. 3:47 remaining here in this first half of play. And there's a pressure up the middle. Myers is going to roll and basically just throw it away. And the Tigers, with that pressure, have a little bit of a delayed blitz. Well, they're going to force a punt.
Yep, looked like Onstead got in there a little bit late with a little extra shove on Mires. And obviously the official didn't think anything of it, but it could have been a roughing the passer, but 4th down regardless.
Oliver Smiley was the one that got in there. The Tiger sideline is not sure where some subs are going. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I think we got right amount of players. High punt, fair caught signal, and it is a nice catch by Hall at the 38.
Yeah, that punt got up above the lights, got in the dark for a second. Definitely a nice play to get that ball out of the light and come up and catch it by Derek Hall.
Tigers will trot back out on offense. They have scored on 4 of 5 drives tonight.
Yeah, and this is just building on what we saw last week with the 63 points put up against Monarch. And, it's just good. It's good to see the Tigers working hard and getting rewarded for it.
Barnett takes the snap, steps up. He'll float one down the seam, and Levine had to stop and slow up. And that's the second time tonight that there probably should have been a flag. It was underthrown for sure, but you see that all the time where the receiver has to stop and the defender just bowls right through him.
Yeah, it was a little weird. Definitely looked like almost a jump shot from Blake as he threw that ball, and underthrew it a little bit. And I think I agree with you on that one. Silver Creek might have gotten a little bit of a break there, maybe making up for their earlier call.
And we're gonna try and show you that one again. Unless, of course, this is a scoring play. Barnett's being pressured, has to pirouette out of the pocket. Now points to go downfield, fires it down the sideline. Oh, and Lusk stopped his run. And actually looking, by the way, at that replay again, that may not have been interference. Let's take a peek at that real quick. And tough to tell in full speed, but I think that actually may have been a clean play.
Yeah, on the second look, it looked like ball hit the back of the defender, and
by the way, they're calling illegal man downfield on the pass play on the previous play, so that's going to back Erie up. And well, I tell you what, that was pretty bang there.
Yeah, hard to definitively tell whether or not that was a penalty. But now Tigers have to convert on third.
Barnett takes the low snap. He's going to step up, fires another deep ball, jump ball, and that one is knocked away.
Yeah, definitely a little surprising to see the Tigers going for that big play on 3rd and long. But I just think the PA announcer in the stadium is saying, well, it was almost picked off there by number 2, Luke Riders. Sorry. But now the Tigers have to punt for the second time tonight.
4th and 10 here, and Erie will punt as Harner is in. Good snap. End over end punt down the sideline. That's going to take a heck of an Erie bounce. Going to trickle inside the 5, all the way down to the 2.
That was a nice punt. It almost hit Carson Hageman in the back of his foot, but luckily for the Tigers, it did not, and got an extra roll of about 3 or 4 yards down to the 2, and now the Raptors are pinned deep, down 4 scores.
So 1st and 10 here for Silver Creek. Myriz in the shotgun. Tigers showing some blitz here. They're going to hand it off right side. And Silver Creek did what they needed to do there. They got 5 yards on 1st down and gave themselves a little bit of breathing room.
Yep, and that's a good safe call on 1st and 10 from the 3. And now from the 9-yard line, definitely a little bit more space to run something that they want to.
Little pitch out near side. And a stop right at the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Bring up 3rd and 5.
Yep, definitely it seems like that pitch play has been off and on working. Sometimes he gets some yards, but that time the Tigers worked well to snuff it out. And now Silver Creek has to convert here on 3rd and about 5.
.144 remaining, by the way, in this quarter. So Tigers might use a timeout should they get a stop here. Trips to the near side. Myriz runs read option, throws, and there was a hand. They're going to call pass interference on Kana. Had a hand on the jersey of the defender, and that's going to be called for interference.
Yeah, the whole crowd in front of us here was screaming for a call, and they did get one. And now looks like 1st down for Silver Creek.
So with a fresh set of downs, what does Silver Creek how aggressive do they play it here? With a 1.5 minutes remaining on the dot. So they'll spot the ball now at the 17. If you're Silver Creek, 5 wide. If you're D lineman, this is the time to pin your ears back. Try and get some pressure. And here come the Tigers. They get into the backfield. Good job by Myriz to read that. He went right up the middle in the soft spot of the pocket and ended up picking up a couple yards.
Yep, good early pressure there by Brendan Young. And that was, as you said, a great read from Myriz to get some yards out of that play. And there is a stoppage. Timeout. I think Erie took a timeout.
Yeah, I'm not sure who called that timeout. But while we have a moment here, fans, don't forget to check out 3M Farms. 3M Farms is Erie's hometown growing nursery just north of Colliers Hill on Road 3. They have a huge selection of landscape shrubs, perennial grasses, and flowering perennials, All perfect for the Colorado environment. With years of experience, wonderful staff at 3M Farms can help you pick the right plants for your landscape. Locally owned, locally grown. Visit 3M Farms in Erie today. So 2nd and 7 here for the Raptors. Little pump, throw over the middle. Braylon Tolliver, who checked into the game, had the interception in his hand and couldn't quite hold on.
Man, and you said it earlier, Braylon Tolliver, you said he was going to be an impact player, and that was a couple of inches away from a big interception that could have gotten the Tigers up even more early in this game.
Braylon, a freshman, who saw his first action, I believe, of the season last week with some carries, and I think he got beat for a touchdown, was pretty bummed, and then came back and got a pick, and so it's a good sign for the future of Erie football. 3rd and 7 here. Low snap. Myers fires quick over the middle, and that's incomplete, and so with 1:13 left, it's 4th and 7, and Erie's going to get the ball back, and I bet we'll see Blake Barnett back to return this punt.
Looks like, yep, Blake Barnett is going back there. Maybe also Ronan Ward as well. A little bit of confusion on what they're doing here. Ronan's going off, and Derek Hall is going to the line, so it looks like Barnett is going to be the only receiver back this time.
Well, a chance for the Tigers to add one more on the board before halftime. Getting the ball back here. Heck, they could get it on this play with Blake back there. They kick it to him. That's a dangerous recipe. Punt that's going to give Blake a chance. He'll try it. Nope, that one will bounce out of bounds.
Yep, took a good bounce for Silver Creek, got it away from Blake and got it out of bounds. A good punt there, and now the Tigers have 1:04 to drive 62 yards to hopefully get another touchdown here before the half. And the Tigers did receive the opening kickoff, so Silver Creek will get the ball to start the second half.
Trips to the near side for Barnett. They'll switch Kana. Couple spies on Blake, by the way, so they'll swing it out to Kana. Across the 45, makes a man miss. In fact, 2 Raptors ran into each other. Kana continuing to weave through traffic. And those 2 Raptors that hit each other are down. Ah, you hate to see that. It was a good play by Kana up to the 38, and with 53 seconds left, the Tigers will have a good field position, but man, don't like to see that. 2 Raptors took each other out on the play. And one is, well, both were writhing in pain pretty good. You just hate to see that. High school football, you want kids to stay safe. And unfortunate that it happened on a play where players running into each other. Ooh, and I just saw the replay there, and that's a tough one. In fact, we'll show you that replay. And you can see that Silver Creek Raptor coming in, took out his own teammate. And I'm not sure who got the worst of it, but both were kind of down and out.
But looks like both of those players were able to get off the field on their own power, so that's always a good sign to see.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. 53 seconds left, 46 seconds left rather. It's a delay. Kana has it in the open field across the 30, and he gets drugged down out of bounds. I think maybe just shy, but there's a penalty all the way back. 2 flags. near the line of scrimmage. And the referees, I think, at least trying to determine where the infraction took place so they can mark from the infraction. It is a hold on Erie. So a 10-yard penalty, 40 seconds left, by the way, and the Tigers have one timeout remaining.
So it looks like they got the better of the two spots from the foul, and they only have 49 yards instead of 50 to work.
Barnett gets the snap. He'll throw the tunnel screen to Levine. He's up the sideline. Josh Levine with some speed, and he'll trot out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So Silver Creek playing soft. The Tigers throw the screen, and Josh Levine showing off his wheels.
Yeah, and that's a huge play to get the Tigers into almost field goal range. I'm not sure how far Caleb Harner can kick it, but it's always a possibility from, I would say, 42 right now.
26 seconds left. 1st and 10. Barnett drops, looks, fires the deep out, and it was Cave, and it was well covered. And maybe a little bit of miscommunication as Barnett's trying to chat with Cave.
Yeah, and that was a good play by Russell Minneke. And if Blake throws that a little bit farther out, that could have been a big catch to get the Tigers inside the 10, but instead now it's 2nd down.
20 seconds left on the clock. Barnett takes the snap. He's being blitzed. He's going to throw it to Khan out of the backfield to the 20, and he will scoot out of bounds at the 17. That's going to be a couple yards short of the 1st down, but that play also took 7 seconds off the clock.
So you have to say one play, maybe two if this first one is quick, left for the Tigers to score here.
Tigers do have a timeout in tow. Barnett with 13 seconds left. Claps his hands, takes the ball, looks to his right, rolls, stops. Oh, his arm got hit as he threw. It is incomplete. And he took a shot there, and with 4th and 3, it's 9 seconds left. Erie, you're kind of in a little bit of like, well, we want to be aggressive, but we could take the points, and they will take the points. In fact, Barnett was trotting off the field, and Harner will come on to attempt the field goal here. And it looks like it will be an attempt of 34 yards from the close to the near hash. Snap is good, hold is great, kick is up, and it is good, and the Tigers lead it 32-0. And with the 32-0 lead, that puts the Tigers within 8 points of the running clock. And by the way, there's still 4 seconds left here in the half.
So that was a great play, or that was a great drive from Erie to get into field goal range in less than a minute and get some more points added on and go into the half up big by at least 32, depending on, or at most 32, depending on how this kickoff goes.
Tigers reflect back on the season that they have had so far. The opening loss, kind of a surprise, a shocker to Ponderosa, and then they thumped Mullen and thought, okay, they might get things right. And a 9-point loss to Montrose. They put 40 points on the board, but they could not stop that Montrose attack. And Montrose, they started off the season 0-2, and so they rolled in, and it was like, what kind of Montrose team is this? Well, they have wheeled off 5 straight wins since then. They beat Palisade, Lutheran, who is a very good team in 3A, Grand Junction Central, and Falcon, and they have done so in dominating fashion. As there's a little drop there, but I don't know how time justify running off, but it has, and that's the end of the first half. So at the end of one half of play, the Tigers lead it 32-0. We'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Jeannie Hulse in Erie today.
Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School? Well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
We are strong and we'll get through this together, but these are stressful times. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, and know that you are not alone. Visit wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
for the card-carrying fan. Get your CU Visa debit card so you can take the game with you. Free with First National Bank's free checking.
All right, welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Dylan Richardson here. It's halftime, which means it is time for the Teachers Who Tutor halftime show, a teacher-created company located in Erie. They tutor students K-12 in all subject areas. All tutors are certified teachers. Teachers Who Tutor finds the perfect tutor to match your child's needs. If you're trying to get your kiddo up to grade level, extend their learning, prep for the SAT, they're here for you. Contact them today, teacherswhotutor.biz. And we just did the PSAT earlier this week in the building. So
Just yesterday.
Yeah, just yesterday. And I tell you what, some of the kids I talked to, they need Teachers Who Tutor.
You did not have to do them that dirty, Bird.
It's okay. No, not naming any names, but they could use Teachers Who Tutor. Okay, let's see. What are we doing here? We have a slew of replays we're going to show you that all happened in that first half. And tell you what, let's just show them all. Well, I thought we had audio with them. I don't think we do, but that was the little Barnett outlet pass to Kana. That one scored. I believe that was the third score of the game. No, that was the second score. That was the third score. Barnett powered that one into the end zone. And then how about this punt return there? Going one way, whoop, almost slip. Turn back, go the other way, does Blake Barnett. Breaks 1, 2 tackles. Then he has a convoy of blockers and turns back, and then smart. You turn into traffic, get out of the way. And then, so a good play there from Erie. Tigers were looking for their fourth score. Didn't actually get a first down on that play. They had to punt. There was the no call, then a swing pass out to Lusk, broke a tackle, and he was gone. That was a 56-yarder, put Erie up by 4 scores. That was a big play in the game. Couple no calls that we showed impacted both teams. Swing pass out to Kana. That helped get the Tigers into field goal position late in that half, and then they would kick that field goal to go up 32-0, and that's where we stand right now at halftime. And, well, Dylan, it was basically how you drew it up.
Yeah, I mean, the Tigers, they had six drives, got stopped twice, but one of those stops, or both of the times they got stopped, they pinned Silver Creek deep in their own territory and ended up getting better position on the next drive because of it. And on defense, Silver Creek has gotten over the 50-yard line, I want to say once this game, and it's been to like the 48 of the Tigers. And that just goes to show the Tigers, their defense has the capability to be good in games. They just need confidence, and they need to get going early.
And, yeah, man, it's just almost a relief watching the last 2 weeks. More than it is excitement and joy, it's a relief like, oh, okay, there is good football in this team. There's good football players out there. And now that you're not running through the best 5 or 6 teams in the state, you can relax and maybe breathe just a little bit. And that's certainly what it feels like here tonight. And so, well, we're hoping to show you maybe the top 10. We did get an interview, actually, with the freshman. We brought him up, and he almost made that big play there in the first half. That was Braylon Tolliver, our own Erie Tiger Network students, caught up with him earlier this week.
Hi, we are here with
Braylon Tolliver.
how does it feel to have a touchdown and interception in your first game?
It feels good. I was super excited. The whole team was super excited.
How do you guys plan on putting up another big scoring game after last week?
We just need to play our game and not be down on ourselves.
Do you think Silver Creek will come in with a chip on their shoulder after the blowout last year?
Definitely, especially since they lost by 30 last year.
Are you changing your mentality for the upcoming game, knowing if you lose, you're out of playoffs?
Yeah, the whole team knows what's at stake. We should play our own game.
All right, that was a quick little catch up there. That was our own Nolan Willard that caught up with Braylon Tolliver, a couple of freshmen there chatting. And, we are going to take another timeout here. There's still a couple minutes left in this half of play. But that's going to be, or in this halftime. Tell you what, we need that 4-day weekend. By the way, we will be live on the air tomorrow for softball in regional play, and I think it'll be Dylan and I joining you on the call out there. A huge special thanks to Greg Gilbert, by the way, who has partnered with us. He has been streaming. He has been streaming the softball games all season long, so you saw those. Earlier in the week, you saw all levels of volleyball on our new Huddle Focus camera. We hope to get that up in the stadium connected here soon. So we're about at peak ETN. Well, maybe not peak yet. It's never peak ETN. In fact, we need you to do those little student-athlete shout-outs because the next goal is production truck. That's the next goal. All right. Yeah. Well, we'll take a time out here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Sherry Bond is your hometown real estate expert who has passionately been helping people develop winning game plans for their home goals since 1994. Her offense and defense are bar none when it comes to negotiation. Sherry believes honesty and compassion are the keys to seller service. With hundreds of happy clients, you can be confident that when you are working with Sherry Bond, you are working with a team player that truly cares about you for life.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go to where your friends are. Go to where the action's at. Go find your sense of adventure. Go Airheads, Airsoft Field and Store located in Erie, Colorado. Go Airheads and go Tigers.
You are watching the ETN. You are watching the ETN.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
You know that feeling you get when your life is about to change? It's terrifying, sure, but isn't it exciting? You may not know with certainty what lies ahead, but that's what makes life, well, life. And even when the scene in the rear view is hard to leave behind, take a deep breath, hold on tight, and remember, there's no better way to move than forward.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever...
Uh-oh. 49. I didn't know what number he was.
Well, folks, we are dark right now. We walked away from the computer. Maybe that was our grand mistake, but right now we do not have a signal from our camera. We couldn't tell you why. Yeah, we're going to go back to commercial here real quick.
Found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years? You might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Wow, thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
If you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School, well now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction in knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
All right, welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. And, well, should be a fun second half here. The Tigers need 8 points to make this running clock. I tell you what, as a teacher that had conferences this week, testing in the same week, I'm ready for a 4-day weekend. And so, well, it should be, we would love a running clock. That's all I'm trying to say here.
Yeah.
Give us 1 second here. All right, so here we go. We had a visitor to the press box that was asking us about a turn-in cell phone. Tell you what, you have a mic in front of your face. People sometimes think you're the stadium announcer. This happens all the time, actually, in home games. People come up to the ETN box and say, hey, you got to say this. No, wrong announcer. So that's what just happened there behind the scenes.
You should, like, put a notice on the window. Say, we don't talk in the stadium. Maybe people will actually read that.
All righty. Well, we are about ready for the second half here. By the way, a quick little peek at Coach Jeff Geiger. Second year at Erie, led the Tigers to state runner-up finish Last year he coached 3 years at Brighton High School. He coached 13 years at Strasburg. He won a state title there. I actually crossed paths with him when I was calling football for the Sterling Tigers. He coached at Los Lunas High School, New Mexico for 3 years, went to the University of New Mexico after he went to the University of Arizona to get his master's. He served 7 years in the Army. And it's your little coach's profile here today. We're pulling all kinds of goodies out of our hats. Erie Tiger Network class running in full force here these last couple weeks. In fact, 2 of those classes trying to create content for our games. You see D-Rich picks. Fun times. A little chaotic every once in a while, but fun times.
Yeah, definitely good to see the program growing. I definitely, last year being my first year, it was surprising. There was, I would say, 20 of us or so, and it's more than double this year. There's 55 kids this year in the program. It's awesome to see, and it's definitely is represented in the broadcast. All the little things that we have that are so much better than last year even.
1st and 10 here for Silver Creek to start the 3rd quarter. Myra's in the shotgun. He'll motion a man to the near side. There's a handoff, and the Tigers just shoot into the backfield. And a nice stop there. I think first to get contact back there for the Tigers was James Gautran. And now a Silver Creek Raptors down. And, man, Silver Creek had a couple dings tonight. And I think this one, the lineman that was down for the Raptors is Patrick Fay, a senior. And he quickly hopped up, but he's limping pretty heavily off the field. So hopefully just a minor little rolled ankle and nothing too serious there. 2nd and 11. In the shotgun is Myris. Takes the snap, turns and pitches out wide, and Cole Rogers just kind of slalomed his way through traffic across the 25 to the 26, and that'll bring up a 3rd and maybe a long 3. No, they'll actually mark him all the way up to the 27, so 3rd and true 3 here for the Raptors.
Yeah, and that was a little fake to the far side and then swung around for the pitch. And it was a good job by the running back. I do believe that was Cole Rogers cutting back to the middle, finding open field to get the extra yardage and make it more doable of a 3rd down for Silver Creek.
Silver Creek, a lot of eye candy here pre-snap, a lot of men in motion. Now Tigers bring the blitz. It's a nicely timed screen pass, and it will earn a 1st down. I tell you what, Tigers called a blitz. They actually defended that well considering they blitz. Sometimes you call that blitz, there's a middle running back screen. You can blow the top off a defense, and the Tigers kind of mitigated the damage to only a few yards, but it is a Silver Creek 1st down.
Yeah, and that was good pressure by Brendan Young there, trying to get in the face of the passer, and he forced Myers to make another kind of jump shot throw to the screened running back.
1st and 10, Myers rolling, met by a defender, and he'll step out of bounds behind the sticks actually. Coming up to force Myers out of bounds was Connor Hill.
Yeah, it looked like Keaton Strange could have gotten called out for a pick in the middle of the field. Maybe got away with a little bit, but now the Tigers on 2nd down need just to force Silver Creek into a short pass, keep them short of the chains here, and hopefully make a stop.
10:41, Myers, another little turn and pitch. That ball hits the turf. I thought Silver Creek jumped on it, but Trey Canas, no, it is an Erie ball, and so they jump on that. I think Rogers was maybe the first to it, but ultimately Erie fell on it.
Man, that's the first miscue by Silver Creek really so far in this game, and that's a crucial turnover, and now the Tigers have a chance to get the running clock going. And that was crazy. They've run that play 10 times this game, and that's the first time that Rogers has dropped the ball, and that's just surprising to see.
Barnett claps his hands, runs Reed, gives it to Kana. Big hole up the middle. Kana busts it. He's going to score! And the Tigers are 2 points away here from the running clock.
And Blake knew that as soon as he gave the ball to Kana. That's the second time we've seen that kind of run to the far side, just go for big yardage. And, I mean, Trey Kana doing what he's best at, running fast. And now Tigers, looks like they're going to go for one, keep us here for a little bit longer.
Ronan will break our hearts as he holds it. And it's a 39-point lead. It's we'll have to wait a little bit longer. But the Tigers cruising here. And we'll take a look at that little fumble play. And I just never saw who popped on the ball for Erie. Watch that one more time, then we'll try and find Trey's touchdown. Just too much humanity in there to figure out what the heck went on.
Yep. And it was definitely a great job by the Tigers to capitalize on the turnover and score on the first play after getting the ball. And I mean, that was just a great play from Kana to break tackles, cut through the center, and to be honest, the Red Sea kind of parted for him, and a little bit of downfield blocking as well got the job done.
By the way, here is that Trey Kana run into the end zone. And so 39-0 lead. I thought we already fixed the score here. I think I don't know what's going on. Come on, scoreboard. There we go. Needed a little refresh. And here comes the Silver Creek return. And once again, special teams do a lot better.
So that was surprisingly, that was the worst kick coverage that the Tigers have had today by 1 yard, 23 yards on the return, and I mean, this has just been a good game to move. Like, you just move into the next game after this one, hoping if you beat Longmont, it's hard to see them not making the playoffs, to be honest, because if they beat Longmont,
it's a done deal.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, not officially done. You do have that final week game against Greeley West, but for all intents and purposes, it is a done deal.
Yeah.
By the way, the Chassa now, in case you're wondering, like, okay, well, what does happen in the playoffs? Well, a league champion gets to host first-round playoff game, and 4A, as you might remember from last year, a little bit different than when the Tigers were in 3A a few years ago, where only the top 16 teams made the playoffs. In 4A, it's the top 24 teams that make the playoffs. And as the Tigers sit right now, they're 13th in RPI. They are the highest RPI team with only 3 wins. And that is because their opponents' win-loss record is over 70%. They have the toughest schedule of all teams in 4A.
Yep, and that just goes to show that, I mean, picking up 2 wins against the toughest schedule in the state is is not bad at all, but I mean, of course Tigers fans want perfection, but not always something you can hope that you can always get.
Pressure in the face, Myers, and he threw it away, and a turnover on downs for Silver Creek. And when the Tigers get the ball, they will get the ball with the chance to activate the running clock. And we're on running clock watch. Tomorrow morning we might be on 10-run rule or 10-run rule watch. At least we hope so in that first game.
Yep. Of course, Erie softball is taking on Heritage, and then also Arapahoe and Fossil Ridge in the region as well. Fossil Ridge as the 12th seed. Erie, surprisingly in softball, are ranked 5th after being 3rd in the coaches' poll for the whole season, really. And didn't lose a game in Colorado. Hopefully they keep it going, get through regionals, get to the state tournament.
There's a flag on the field, kind of near the line to gain. It came from the umpire, not the referee white hat. And I don't know if there was a hold on Erie after the punt. Let's see here. Hold, Erie. So it's enforced on the end of the punt. So Erie will start all the way back at the 26-yard line. Barnett out there with Lusk. Barnett will hand it off to Gavin, and Gavin will run into a wall of silver jerseys.
Yeah, I will say that's one of the first times I can remember that the Tigers have been stuffed at the line of scrimmage on the run. I mean, this game, it's hard to see the Tigers dropping this, but, I mean, Silver Creek still put in an effort. Always a good thing to see.
Now Kana with it on the outside, and he'll make it 3rd and manageable here. With 8:15 remaining here in the 3rd quarter of play.
Brings up 3rd and 5 for the Tigers.
Barnett in the shotgun. Starting to get a little bit more chilly out there. Claps his hands. Oh, that one went over his head. Barnett runs back to pick it up, now fires, and that might be an intentional grounding as well. There was no receiver there in support. There was really nowhere for Barnett to go. And they're going to say he's out of the pocket. I also thought it had to go beyond the line of scrimmage.
It looked like it did from here. I was confused what the official was doing. It looked like he was yelling at Blake. That was definitely weird. Tigers maybe catch a little bit of a break, but I don't know. Hard to tell.
Tigers are trolling us. They don't want the running clock. Oh. And now there is the intentional grounding flag. They discussed it. Made sure they dotted every I and crossed every T, and, you know, prolonged the end of this one just a little bit more.
Yep. Definitely, we've been looking forward to the end of the first quarter in school, looking to the 4-day weekend. Tigers, I mean, still got a quarter and 8 minutes before the end of this game.
By the way, Coach Geiger went to New Mexico State University. That would be the home of the Aggies, not where the Lobos play. Little error in our graphic is
there's a safety.
There's a safety.
Wow, that was weird. Harder just didn't get the punt off. Not sure exactly what happened there. Have to check the replay. But, I mean, I guess 2 points and, oh, the lights.
The LEDs are going wild here.
Yeah, you love to see that. And then I guess the Tigers take the 2 points and they get to punt the ball farther downfield, I guess. But that was odd. Have to look at the replay here in a minute. But, I mean, the difference between 39-0 and 39-2 is, I guess, 2 points. And a little bit of the Tigers' pride has gone away after that safety.
No shutout tonight for the Tiger defense.
Well,
and the defense hasn't given up any points, but no shutout on the scoreboard. We're still trying to kind of find that replay for you. There we go. Okay. And it looks like, and we'll play it here in a second, that Caleb anticipated that the punt was about to get blocked, as that one will skip out of bounds. All right, let's fire that last replay so you can see. And it looked like he thought it was about to get blocked, so he stepped to the side, and too many men in his face.
And maybe a little bit of a low snap as well. And I guess the punt went out of bounds, so that's a penalty because it's on a kickoff. And now Silver Creek is going to start at the 45 instead of the 30, I think. Yeah, that's not a rule I know. I mean, obviously it is a rule. I didn't know that. But now I guess the field position is nullified because that punt went out of bounds.
So Silver Creek, their best starting field position of the night.
Their best field position of the night, I think.
Rolling pass, and that one is chucked out of bounds. Jace Olmstead was applying the pressure, and he got a healthy lick in there on Myris. And
man, Olmstead has been in the face of the quarterback as many times as he can be tonight, and I think it's maybe starting to get to Myres a little bit, but I mean that's part of the game, right?
2nd and 10 here for the Raptors. Pistol formation. There's the snap. Tigers tried to jump that route, and another big hit, and it's Olmstead again, and he has been just a flying human rocket out there tonight.
Yeah, it seems like most of the time, almost any time that there's been a play, Olmstead has been there at least part of the play, and he's been good tonight. I mean, the Tigers haven't given up a point on defense.
3rd and 9 here. Tigers maybe showing a little bit of blitz from the near side. There goes Quinn. Little stunt there. Myra's got good protection. Threw it over the middle. And guess what? The freshman, Braylon Tolliver, there to knock it away. And another well-defended play. And tell you what, every time he's out there, he seems to be around the ball making plays.
Yep. And that forces Silver Creek to go for it here on 4th down. I mean, you kind of have to, and you're in a position where a punt is probably going to end up being a touchback anyways.
Myris with 5 wide here in the formation. Tigers a little bit late defensively getting lined up. Here comes the pressure. Myris steps up. Oh, it was 2 Tigers ran into each other. There's a penalty way back behind the play. I think it's an Erie penalty. And so we might see 15 yards tacked onto the end of this one. Because Myers took a shot after he... or it could be an illegal man downfield. I don't know. I'll tell you what. I have no idea. And it is a roughing the passer. For a second there, the way that the players were reacting, it looked like it might come back for a second. But it is a roughing the passer. And two Tiger defenders just took each other out. Second time we've seen that tonight.
Yep, and that was almost broken up by Onstad in the middle of the field on the pass. But it would have been a first down anyways, and looks like Silver Creek is going to be first down from the 12 after that. That was a huge play, one of the biggest plays that the Raptors have had tonight.
7 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Silver Creek trying to find the end zone for the first time. Myra's going to hand off to Rogers, left side, and he will get it across the 10, down close to the 7.
So this is the first time the Tigers have been in the red zone defensively, and they need a stop just so they can keep it going and prove that they have the ability to make a stop whenever they get pinned deep.
Snap. Roll out. Myra's looking back of the end zone, just through the fingertips of his intended target. Had a man coming open there. Just couldn't quite haul it in that time.
Yep, and that was a good play design. Got outside the box, got into the open field. Had the choice, I think, to run it down the sideline, but it instead decided to float it and just through the fingertips of the intended receiver.
3rd and 6 from the 7. And the shotgun here is Myris. He's going to get the snap, runs play action, has pressure in his face, has to get rid of it. Wide open man, and a touchdown for Silver Creek. Their first score of the night. And it was Bubba Fisk, who's been shaken up a couple times, that punched it into the end zone.
Yep. Of course, Tigers don't want to see that, but always a good thing to see somebody that's taken some hits so far in the night, getting into the end zone, and now we're going to have to stay here for even longer.
All I can say is, where's the light celebration?
Yeah, that's true. They had the maybe they're going to do it after the extra point. But yeah, had the lights after the safety, so maybe.
And that kick is I think it was partially blocked, and there's a little bit of a tie-up or scuffle. Yeah, now the flags are flying, and Silver Creek player get into it with an Erie player. I don't know who's going to get tagged with the flag here.
Yep, definitely some tempers flaring, and some that you might expect when there's one team leading by this much late in the game, and Tigers just need to stay calm and make sure that they don't get any trouble with Chasta, so they can keep playing for the rest of the season.
Referees really taking their time chatting this one over. All right, so they called a penalty on both teams. They offset, and it's like it never happened.
Yeah. What happened? That was weird.
So 6:08 remaining here in the third quarter of play. Trey Kana back deep for Erie. The Tiger hands team is on the field. All kind of crowding up near the 50, so they're expecting an onside kick. So you got Derek Hall out there. You got Kave Meredith. I see Mason Kogel, Ronan Ward, Josh Levine out there, Noah Garcia. So yeah, a lot of receivers out there right now for the Tigers.
Yeah, definitely weird to see. And also looks like Silver Creek is not lining up for an onside kick. And maybe Ronan is going to get some extra space to run with.
And that one will drop in the arms of Kana back at the 2. Little gap there, and Kana actually grabbed kind of around the collar and dragged down, but not pulled backwards. And another flag. A hold is called all the way back at the 20. So Erie's going to, yeah, I tell you what, Erie, after the stop and then the score, been a little bit sloppy here since then.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like they've kind of mentally checked out a little bit after getting the big lead. And it has cost them. They've given up 8 points here. And who knows? Still, I mean, there is still 18 minutes left in this game.
So 1st and 10 here. And it is Evan Rierick into the game at quarterback here for the Tigers. Handoff up the middle, and I think that was Lusk that got the carry, and he picked up 8 yards on 1st down.
Definitely good to see Lusk getting some playing time out there with the Tigers up big. Always good to have somebody ready in case the worst happens, and always good to see people getting playing time.
Rierick claps his hands, gets the ball, hands it off to Lusk, who strung it out toward the wide side, put his foot in the ground, and then got pelted right as he approached the down to gain. I think he got it, though. Just had to get the nose of the football to the 20, and he did. 5:13 remaining here in this 3rd quarter of play. Caden Lettuce out there for Erie. He'll check in. And the shotgun here is Rierick. Takes the snap. Hands it off again to Lusk. Near side. Lusk through one tackle. Stiffs arms a man up the sideline. Across the 50. Lusk to the open field. There's some breakaway speed. And Lusk will score an 80-yard touchdown run for Gavin Lusk.
Man, that was a heck of a strength play from Lusk, and breaking multiple tackles and showing off the athleticism on the near side sideline. And now the Tigers are up 37, so still can't get the running clock even with the 2 points.
I've given up hope.
Yeah.
Given up hope at this point. Just gonna enjoy the rest of this one. Tyler Hoffman in to kick the extra point here, the left-footed kicker for the Tigers. Trying to make it a 38-point game. And it is up, and it is good. We'll take a quick timeout. Tigers lead it by 38 here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility, and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Tigers now lead at 46-8 here with 4:29 remaining in the third quarter as Caleb Harner set to kick this one deep for the Tigers. And this one high and taken inside the 5. And there's another big collision there. We've seen a lot of big hits tonight. I don't know if it's the sound is carrying better up to us or they really are just bigger tonight, but I've heard a lot of them.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the size difference between Erie and Silver Creek has played out a little bit tonight. And I agree with you. I think the sound is traveling a little bit better. These big stands definitely carrying the sound up to the window a little bit better.
By the way, that was Aiden Arnold, I think, on the tackle. And now Tigers, a lot of different faces in there. And a nice little play there. And that was Keaton Strange that got into the backfield. And another Raptor shaken up on the play, and that is Vaughn Lee. So Vaughn Lee down, and he'll seek some attention from the trainers. The first softball game tomorrow, first pitch is at 10 a.m. Join us here with your cup of coffee on the Erie Tiger Network as the softball team looks to make it back to the state tournament once again. And Gavin Lusk, 2 huge runs tonight. Both running backs really have had their best nights of the season here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I think of the scores that the Tigers have had tonight, I think only one of them has been in the air. There's been a couple, maybe 2 in the air, but definitely Tigers have gotten the run game going tonight, and that was one of Grant Hakimi's keys to the game starting tonight. And they also protected Blake well until he came out of the game.
It'll be 2nd and 9. Von Lee is on his feet. And tell you what, he's a big fella. Silver Creek. A lot of guys shaking up here tonight.
And I want to clarify, when I said Blake got taken out of the game, not with an injury, just got subbed out for Evan Rurick. Just don't want to freak anybody out that hasn't been here for the whole game.
Most of the Tiger starters still in there on this drive. I see Elijah Tolliver in there on the defensive line. Looks like Cade Koblenz in there defensively as well with Joey Watts. Snap, single coverage, nice timed route. Fireball slipped and the receiver able to, I tell you what, that was a heck of a route that time by Aiden Helmy, and not just the route but the timing of the throw, because when that ball was released, the receiver was still not even into his break yet, and that's how quickly he was able to stop.
Yep, definitely one of the better passes that Myers has made tonight, and it results in a first down.
There's the bubble out wide. Man, the Tigers have just dominated bubble screens tonight. That defensively, they have swarmed to the ball, all 11 guys swarming there, and they have just gotten minimal yardage tonight for the Raptors.
Yeah, definitely a good defensive showcase after what happened last week. And it's good to see the Tigers figuring out what they're good at and really executing on the plays that they know they can make.
2nd and 9, handoff up the middle, and that was a tough tackle there along the hash, and couldn't quite tell who that was, but that was kind of a sit-down, son situation.
Yep.
3rd and 9. 2:36 remaining in this 3rd quarter of play. Myers all alone. Takes the low snap. Heavy pressure over the middle, and Tolliver was there to knock it away. And that is about the 2nd or 3rd time tonight that he has a pass defended.
Yeah, definitely great to see the freshman stepping up and making plays. Definitely also getting some words of encouragement out there from the senior Derek Hall. And it's a great sign for the future of Erie football, as you said earlier.
Tell you what, you just don't see too many freshmen in the high school level. It's a much different thing in the college level. You have 18-year-olds that are grown men that can play at the freshman level. There's not too many, as there's a nice little set screen pass, and it's going to earn a 1st down for Silver Creek. There's not too many 14-year-olds that, have matured physically to line up against 18-year-olds. And you think of maybe just a few over the years. You had, Blake Barnett, certainly as a freshman, started at quarterback for this Erie team. I remember my first year calling football for Erie, seeing this kid named Noah Roper, and I just remember saying, and at the time, a friend of mine named Drew Proctor, he was our color guy that called some games, and we would talk after games. I said, I don't know much about Noah, but he just looks explosive, and I think he needs to get the ball more. And sure enough, that next year, Noah Roper, under first-year head coach Chad Cooper at the time, exploded onto the scene. And so just a couple examples. I know there's been a couple more, but Braylon Tolliver, maybe that next freshman that could make an impact here down the stretch for the Tigers. 2nd and short here for Erie. 1:03 left in the 3rd. Tigers tried to bring a blitz, and it was a good job on the run finding that little seam. And Cole Rogers will pick up a 1st down.
Yeah, and it definitely seems like with some of the starters coming out on the defensive line, the run game for Silver Creek has gotten going a little bit more. But now with the clock ticking down to the 4th quarter and the Tigers leading by 38, you just got to keep your mind in the game and not take too many bad penalties.
And there's Tolliver again, coming up to make the play on the tackle. A pickup there of only about 3 yards.
Yeah, and that was a great tackle from behind, where he recognized the play early and just got up there. And I mean, he's making plays that seniors would make as a freshman in his 2nd game. It's great to see.
And that will do it for the quarter. At the end of 3, the Tigers lead at 46-8. We'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Kicking off the season celebrating 35 years of serving our local community. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a do-it-yourself project. At Budget Home Supply, we value a more personal relationship with our customers. Hey, Ernest.
Hey, Vern.
Whether you have a project in your kitchen or bathroom, a new outside deck, or just some general home improvements, indoors or out, come on down to Budget Home Supply.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Jeannie Hulse in Erie today.
Welcome in, fourth quarter of action here. Silver Creek on the move. Trying to find the end zone for the second time tonight. Second and about 6 here or so, and that little out route almost was knocked down, and then Firebaugh came up and made a nice tackle.
Yeah.
And another Raptor is down. Man.
There is an injured player on the field.
Man, you just hate to see this. Just a lot of injured players tonight. Well, one way you can avoid injury is to work on your body, and one way you can do that is to visit Worth Chiropractic. I'm sorry, that is not in good taste. I didn't mean to. We were trying to get the read in, and I was trying to fit it in. That's not the way to do it. But we'll come back to that later for the good health, good player of the game. You hate to see what has happened out there, and you hope that all the Raptors are okay for sure. That was a tie-in failed. Not smooth. Not smooth. Tell you what, it's almost 10 o'clock. It's past my bedtime at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's get back into the action here. And I think that the Silver Creek player, he's holding his elbow. That was Luke Ritter's. Hopefully he's okay. That's been a busy night for that trainer. Third down and about 2. Handoff up the middle, and that's going to be stopped just short of the line to gain. So we're going to have a 4th and short situation here. By the way, I see Logan Gilmore back out there. So Tigers trying to put a little more beef out there, maybe for this little sequence. Silver Creek, 4th and 1. Little quick pass, and Tigers are on that again, but that was enough and then some. They got it down to the 9. First and goal from the 9 now. 10:40 remaining here in this 4th quarter of play. Myers will find his target, and they'll say that he did come down in bounds with it. That was Cole Rogers. And they'll get it maybe a couple yards there. That'll bring up 2nd and goal.
Yeah, that was a heck of a catch to make that full extended and then get a foot in bounds to get the catch down. And I mean that was just an athletic play as he was getting pushed out of bounds by Jay Stonestead.
So 2nd and 7 here. Low snap. Pass over the middle. Tigers read it well, and there's Tulliver again, and he picked up, and they're going to call him for unnecessary roughness because I don't know. I mean, he's running full speed. He picks him up. I mean, what's the penalty for? For playing football? I know that. Oh, and now an Erie player is arguing with the ref, and so a penalty after the play. That'll be a.
Yeah, that's maybe just a senior protecting the freshman from the penalty, but man, that is, I mean, I guess he carried on with the tackle a little bit too long, but surprising to see that called.
Yeah, Logan Gilmore, I think, was the one that maybe got flagged for that. That's surprising, too. Logan, he can be, although he has a big singing voice, he can be somewhat of a soft-spoken kid, and trying to stick up for a teammate there, I suppose. But got the old personal foul there. So 1st and goal. It should be 1st and goal, I believe, after the unsportsmanlike. They're showing 2nd down. Either way, it's from about the 1 yard line. It'll be a sneak. Myra is getting stacked up, trying to lean it over, and the Tigers push him back. So stopped short. And I thought an unsportsmanlike was an auto first. What do I know?
Yeah, I thought so too. Obviously not. And now the Tigers have a chance to make a stop on the goal line.
So 3rd and goal from the shadow of the goal line. Myra's in the pistol, turns, hands to Rogers, who careens his way into the end zone. 9:22 remaining. It's 9:51 p.m. and this game will never end.
There's the lights.
There's the lights. All right, that gets my spirits a little higher, even though it's against Erie. It's fun. Don't see that often in high school football.
Nope.
Silver Creek lining up here for the extra point. Missed one earlier, but got a safety. Tigers, I think, actually blocked it, and they almost blocked that one.
That was Caden Lettuce almost jumping up in front of that, and that would have been wild. He jumped high and far to almost get a hand on that ball.
Speaking of old Caden Lettuce, some of the looks at his stats coming into this game this year. 532 yards, 5 touchdowns, over 20 yards per catch. That's Caden Lettuce. Trying to see which Erie Tiger. Looks like Ben Friedman was the one that made that graphic. Thank you, Ben. And the offense will trot back out onto the field here.
Looks like Tigers have you called it the hands unit out there again this time to receive this kickoff.
And the Silver Creek student section just did the "I believe we will win" chant, and that drew some laughter from the rest of the fans. That was pretty funny because they went pretty hard on that for about half a second.
Yeah, and nothing else to add to that. It looks like
you call fair catch there, and instead it'll be securely caught. I believe that was the flying Hawaiian, Noah Garcia. And so Rurik will trot back out here with the offense. Man, that was a long drive from Silver Creek, and there's still over 9 minutes left in this game. Rierick takes the snap, rolls wide open screen to the near side, at least for a second. That was a good job closing down as Kogel caught it. And just reading that was Russell Minicky, and he closed in a hurry. And if not, that could have been a big-time score.
Yeah, and that's a great open field tackle. I mean, Kogel is not a small person, and Minicky brought him to the grounds like he was nobody.
Rierick takes the snap, gives it off, up the middle. Lusk breaking another tackle, and that was actually Kana that broke that one. And a nice little gain there, and that'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, it looked like if Kana had gotten through that tackle, it could have been 15, 20 more yards after that. And instead, now the Tigers have to convert here on 3rd and short.
Low snap. Rierick fires the screen pass, set up well. That's Lettuce. Breaks a tackle and gets across the 40. Down to the 38. We will name Gavin Lusk his 2 huge plays as our Worth Chiropractic Good Health Good Player of the game. At Worth Chiropractic, they combine patient-centered and evidence-informed chiropractic care in treating their patients. They want to get you out of pain as quickly as possible and get you back doing the things you love. Check them out today at worthchiro.com. Maybe you have a little nick or bump from a football game. Check out Worth Chiropractic.
And that was a great play by number 55, Maddox Schaefer, to get into the backfield and drop Kana for a big loss on 1st down.
2nd and 16 here. Lettuce and Ronan Ward to the near side. Rierick's going to escape from the pocket. He'll get back to close to the original line of scrimmage, a pickup there of about 4 yards or so. So Ronan Ward out there. When he was talking with Preston Terranova earlier today, he said something really interesting to that I liked to hear from a player. He said, I like playing receiver, having the perspective of a quarterback because I can read the defense and it's easier for me to find the soft spot in the defense. I thought that was really mature words, football maturity from Ronan, as there's a handoff up the middle that went nowhere. Actually lost 4. And on 4th and 14 here.
This is probably going to be the pooch punt again, right? They did this earlier in the, I want to say, the 1st quarter.
You know, you're in that weird spot in the field. It would be nice to keep the ball and just run out some more clock. I think they'll go for it here. Yep. Snap to Rierick. He's going to roll the pocket.
Wow.
He's going to throw it deep and incomplete and a turnover on downs.
Oh, that was had me fooled. Definitely a play call that could have worked. Rierick just slightly overthrew Ronan Ward out there on the near sideline. And now Silver Creek gets the ball with 6:09 remaining.
So 1st and 10 for the Raptors. Took a little over 3 minutes off the clock. First and 10 here. Oh, and a lot of false starters. Did he say entire offense?
No, I just think he said on the offense.
It was about on the entire offense.
It was about on the entire offense, yeah. I did like the quarterback Eli Mires pointing, trying to convince the officials that it was, in fact, Erie that jumped instead of his entire offensive line.
Timeout, Silver Creek. Timeout on the ETN. We'll step aside.
Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School? Well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year.
Welcome back in, right in the nick of time. Little handoff there and a gainer of a couple. We mentioned the Tigers will play Longmont next week. They'll be right back here at this stadium. This game started at 7:30. It was Niwot and George Washington that played right before this one. And so that's why you had the 30-minute shift in time. And then the Tigers will wrap up the season on a Thursday against Greeley West. Handoff left side. We may try and make that Greeley West game an all-student broadcast, just so you know. Try and get maybe Dylan and Keegan share the mic a little bit. John Kent might hop in if he's able to. We'll see. As we'll try and gas the students up for that one. Maybe be our little award submitting broadcast to the state. And then hopefully the Tigers will be hosting a playoff game the week after. And there's an in and out of the hands of Dylan Firebaugh, and he's got to be sick to his stomach because he's just been one. Oh no, that was not Firebaugh. That was another player. Dylan's been dying for a pick. That was Darian Bustamante.
Yeah, and that was one where Bustamante had it in his hands and then collided with another Tiger defender, and it jarred the ball loose. That was unfortunate, to say the least.
Fourth and 12 here for Silver Creek. 4:46 remaining. Low snap. Myres looking, flush from the pocket. And that one will be short. Furman was in there. I think it might have been a diving catch, but it was short of the line to gain. I tell you what, though, a player made the catch for Silver Creek. Mom excited like that was Burkett Howlett.
Yeah, and that was a nice diving catch. It was just about 3 yards short of the line to gain. So Tigers get the ball back.
So Tigers get the ball back. Braylon Tolliver will check into the backfield, along with Evan. Rurick claps the hands. Play action. Threw it to Garcia on the slant and couldn't quite hold on. Out there for the Tigers, see Dylan Keck. He's lined up out wide. There's the give to Tolliver, right side. He's explodes out of the backfield, up the sideline, runs out of bounds.
Man, and Bird gave me that look that says, "Man, this kid's legit." And I never got to watch Noah Roper play, but I mean, who knows, right?
Long way to go.
Long way to go
to get that, and he has a good running back in Lusk, obviously, in this program ahead of him for next year, anyways. So, don't want to put the cart before the horse or make expectations too high, but fun to watch him fly around out there. By the way, I am not the one that originally compared him to Noah Roper. That information was given to me. Said, hey, he could be a Noah Roper type. 2nd and 7. Handoff, Tolliver, and he got, I think, a face mask call against him. And he still almost fought through that. Scored his first ever touchdown last week. That freshman group, and I tell you what, it's really three. I mean, it's hard to knock any of these seniors for sure, but, you know, thinking back to Blake's freshman year, that freshman group was highly touted. Last year's freshman group was really solid, and this year's freshman group is also really strong. So the Tigers really stacking some quality classes together as Tolliver will twist his way upfield for a pickup of 7.
And I think it definitely does help how much our school has increased in size. I know looking at even in 2020, since 2020, we've already gained 300 kids. So it's just, it's crazy to see how much Erie has exploded and how much our athletics has benefited because of it.
There's the slant. Oh, in and out of the hands of the defender, trying to give Evan Rearick a chance to pop a touchdown on the old stat sheet. Under 3 minutes to play now. 3rd and about 4 here. High snap. Reed. Rearick keeps. Puts a juke on toward the end zone. And he scores. Evan Rearick with the touchdown for the Tigers from 7 yards out. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. And the Tigers add to their total here. In a 52-15, and now Hoffman will come out for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. .10:08 here with 2:49 remaining in this broadcast.
Hopefully.
We will be on the air in less than 12 hours. Now?
At least we won't have to run the camera, hopefully.
Correct. I hear the Super Duper Tuba cheer out there from Silver Creek. Thank you, Caleb. .249 remaining. This game started at 7:30. It had you in a timeout. You said this has got to be the longest blowout of all time. I don't know why this game has taken such a snail's pace. I think it's just Murphy's Law. When you have a broadcast in the morning, it's been a long week, you're ready to get in the weekend. Let's start a game 30 minutes later, and let's run extra long. And still 2:44 remaining in this one.
Yeah, I think part of it has been, unfortunately, the numerous amount of injuries in this game, and also there's been plenty of penalties, and all of that together just slowly adds up, and it leads to a game taking 2 hours and 40 minutes with still 2 minutes 45 on the clock.
First and 10. Handoff up the middle for a gain of a yard. Well, shoot, I think we have exhausted everything possible there is to talk about high school football just about tonight.
Yeah. I guess in 5A, Valor Christian playing Rock Canyon. That was going to be a good game. Had that earlier. That was 2.5 hours ago. More than that. We talked about that. Definitely, we talked about softball. Definitely a lot going on in the sports world right now. Starting to finally get to championship season. And hopefully Erie can make a splash in all the sports that we're playing, whether it be football or whether it be boys tennis. I know state started today. I don't know personally a ton about tennis, but I know we qualified David McCool and Mean Joe Green to state.
Joe Green.
Ex-ETN member or current ETN member?
It was a Tiger Times writer. And I tell you what, if you calling him Mean Joe Green would be the most ironic nickname of all time, because he is about the nicest kid you could ever meet. That throw will fall incomplete. So I'm loving that nickname, if that's his nickname. The Chastanow top 10, by the way, Broomfield and Palmer Ridge. Palmer Ridge number 1, Broomfield 2 alone at the top. They're the only two remaining undefeated teams in 4A. Loveland and Montrose at 3 and 4. So Erie has played the 2, 3, 4th, 6th ranked teams here in the state. Those are all 4 losses. Those are all 4 of Erie's losses. And I know 2 of those teams, they feel like they really want a chance to play again. I think Erie would maybe enjoy avoiding Montrose. But Erie actually ranked 11th right now. Heritage, Mesa Ridge, Vista Ridge, Fruita Monument, Ponderosa, all 5 and 2 right in front of them. That's what kind of rounds out the top 10. But if you are a playoff team and you have Erie on the schedule in the playoffs, thinking that, oh, this team's 6 and 4, that is not a team you're going to want to face. Coming in hot, playing a battle-tested schedule, Erie could be a dangerous team come playoff time.
Yeah, it goes to show that Erie is ranked 11th, and they're the only team that got any voting points that is below 500. It just shows that they've played an incredibly tough schedule this year, and especially compared to last year, where they really didn't play very many tough teams until the playoffs.
By the way, there's a nice tackle into the backfield, and who was that? Not on our roster. Who's number 40? Tell us, Tiger fans. Who was that? They deserve some recognition. That was a nice tackle there. And Erie will take over with 1:41 left. And I don't know if we'll see victory formation or exactly what we'll see. By the way, some major changes from last year. 4A, the high seeds will host until the finals. That is a change in CHSAA philosophy. Of course, the year that Erie's not the 1 or 2 seed, and there's a kneel down from Rierick.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely thought that was odd last year. Like, that was the first year that I really paid attention to high school football, and the fact that Erie was ranked below Montrose but got to host a home game against Montrose was really odd to me. And I mean, we take that because, of course, Tigers clutching up, winning 29-28. But I think it is good that CHSAA decided to go off of merit instead of randomness, and I think that is going to be good for the sport in the future.
By the way, there are 8 leagues in 4A. So the way that they were lined up this year, 8 leagues, I believe one of the leagues has some teams playing up or down a class, but I think just trying to make things more balanced. You have the playoff teams, at least the top 8 all coming from the league champions. And that should just about do it as the teams finally come together to shake hands. Overall, a good night for the Erie Tigers. They ran wild, and they started off with a bang. But that's going to do it for us here. The final score in this one, Erie 53, Silver Creek 15. Any final thoughts in this one?
I think the Tigers played an all-around great game. This is another great showcase of how good this team really is after the big win last week. Big win this week. Hopefully they come back to this field next week and beat Longmont big again.
Well, thank you, Dylan, for helping out here tonight. Special thanks to Chad Jamison, who actually was our camera operator tonight. He can do it all, folks. And to everyone helping out, all the students chipping in with the in-game and pre-game content. I'm Brandon Bird. Until next time, Tiger fans, I'll chirp at you later.